Hello from day 27, coming to you from Arrowhead Lake Inn. Doug and I went and got tofu poke bowls for lunch and enjoyed sitting out on the deck here at the inn where there's a nice lake view. And I wanted to walk you through some gear changes that I'm making. Some of it is stuff that Doug brought me from home and other stuff I ordered online. So the first item I'm replacing is my pants. These are the old ones. None of the pockets are pockets anymore, and a lot of the stitching is coming undone. So I'm replacing them with the updated version of the same pants. I will be swapping out my very holey wool long underwear that disintegrated in the wash for some other wool long underwear that I had at home. It's a little bit thinner and lighter. I'm going to be adding this Alpha Direct fleece hoodie from Lightheart Gear, and I've had it for a while. It's great. Also going to be adding this down hood. So on some of the really cold nights, I found myself, trying to pull the quilt over my head a little bit, but then still make sure I was breathing outside the quilt, and the hood is just gonna make that a little bit more comfortable and keep me warm. I'm gonna be replacing my very worn out sun gloves. They're literally shredding. I'm gonna replace them with a new pair of the exact same gloves. I'm gonna be saying goodbye to my MacGyvered straws, and I've got another long silicone straw from home. I got a new sun umbrella to replace the one that broke. Give it another try. It was nice not carrying an umbrella for a while, but I am going into a really hot area, and I think I'll be glad to have it. I am sending home my trekking poles. These are the Trail Pro Shock, so they have a little bit of spring loading. They're quite heavy, and I don't really like having the spring when I set up my tent, so I got the regular Trail Pro. These are basically the same poles, but without the shock. Adding some luxury items for sleeping. Now that I have an inflatable quilt, I grabbed my quilt straps from home. Normally I don't use the straps at all on my quilt, but on those nights when it's really, really cold and you're pushing the limits of your quilt, I do find it more comfortable to use the straps to attach the quilt, just so I don't have to be, making sure it's positioned right every time I roll over to keep any drafts from coming in. And I'm also bringing the Flex Tail pump. I'm going to use it to inflate my giant inflatable sleeping pad. I am going to be replacing my shoes with another pair of Ultra Lone Peaks. I will be replacing this double charger and these two 6-inch charging cords with a single charger with a 3-foot cord. I'm also going to be swapping out the temporary Dr. Scholl's insoles. She recommended the Superfeet hike insoles. I am going to be swapping out my old Duplex for the Duplex Lite. The zippers were failing for the second time. I've already replaced them, and the fabric was getting worn, and I was just finding more and more holes. I got the Duplex Lite, which is very similar to the Duplex. It is about 5 inches narrower, and the floor fabric is thinner. It is a few ounces lighter. That was my gear update. Other than that, I've been doing life stuff like opening mail that Doug brought for me. Doug and I went out to dinner at Spade and Spatula. The food was really good. And then we went to the grocery store and I got my food for the next section. And I am just beyond exhausted. So I will see you tomorrow.